everybody. Hello, hello. So, let me grab what we're painting. Actually, that one's a little beat up. We are painting this cute Valentine rose. I hope you can see it. I did a white on it, just so you guys didn't have to watch me paint white, because I know that's so boring. But anyways, come in, say hi, and let me grab my phone. Sorry, the girls were being a little rowdy. So, hey Rhea, how are you? So I just ran upstairs, so I'm sorry I'm just a few minutes late, but I promise I will be on. I'm just trying to bring this up because we always seem to have problems. So let me bring this up. Hey Carol, how are you? All right, come on. There I am. Okay, turn down that volume. Hi Diane as well. I see that you're on. Hey Tracy. Hey, hey, hey. All right, and Nancy, how are you? I hope everybody's New Year's is going good. I'm going to go ahead and flip us down. Okay. Hey Trish, how are you? So, I hope you guys can kind of see this. So it is a black and white stripe. We'll do black and white stripe. We're going to do stripes in the inside with some polka dot. And then there's a single rose. So I didn't really know what to call it besides like a Valentine and a rose. I just thought it was something really cute. You could add writing if you wanted. You could leave it very simple and the same. So anyways, what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to go with doing the pink stripes, the lighter pink stripes, and we're going to do polka dots on those, and then we'll add to it. How you want to kind of base this is on layers when you're painting, and kind of look at the bigger picture of how to paint to make it faster. Good. I'm so glad you guys are all doing good. So we ended up taking the girls up to Wisconsin Dells. If you guys don't know what it is, it's kind of touristy town. It has a bunch of water parks, and you know, some are outside, some are inside, but I mean, they're huge. They're ginormous water parks. So we took the girls up there, and they of course loved it, and so it was fun. We kind of took them up for New Year's, and then it's my daughter's birthday, my oldest. She's going to be turning 12. Oh, I don't feel like I'm old enough to have a 12-year-old, but I do. And she'll be turning 12 on Wednesday. So we figured it would be a little bit harder because they're in school. Today was their first day back in school. They're doing virtual until hopefully the day after Martin Luther King Day, and then they're supposed to send them back every other day. So praying that they get to go back, because my kids haven't been back in school since the beginning of COVID. So 10 months it will be. So they are jonesing to get back to school. Okay, so I don't know if I told you what color this lighter pink is. It's one of my favorites. You'll see me use this a lot with Easter too. It's called Lisa Pink. It's a little bit harder to find in the Delta colors. A lot of the times I have to order it online because it's sold out in the store, because it is such a cute color. It's just that perfect pink. Because it's not too pastel and it's not too bright either. So I'm just getting these edges real quick. just going to smooth that out. All right, next line right here. And then if you guys notice, this was cut on the laser again, so it has the laser etched lines in it. So that helps a little bit with us seeing what it is, but if you were to get the template, all you would do is get some carbon paper and just trace it on top of the piece of wood that you either decided to cut out, or this would be even cute to do like inside a square, just a square piece of wood. I could see you guys doing that. The girls are playing Nintendo, so if you hear a little bit of yelling, I'm sorry. Brian went to the grocery store. He's wanting to make chicken parm tonight, and so he didn't have all the ingredients. Ain't I lucky? He loves to cook. I cook because it's necessity. I like to bake. I like pastries and stuff like that, but he's the cooker. Hey Sherry, how are you? So I'm hoping you guys weren't looking for me forever and remembered that we had switched to a little bit later time to help. Alright, so I'm just smoothing that out. Let me grab the extra paint because you guys know I tend to love to grab more paint. It's from me doing all of the batch painting. So if you guys haven't heard of what batch painting is, it is when you basically assembly line paint. And so I paint pretty much, I never paint like a single sign unless I'm with you guys. I usually paint anywhere from 3 to 3. I've painted up to like 10 or 12 before. After that it kind of gets just a little bit monotonous. So I mean, I'll do it if I need to, but anyhow. Next pink that we're using is hydrangea pink. It's just a little bit lighter of a shade, if you can see that. I am gonna grab one of my styrofoam plates here, a well-loved one, and y'all can tell. Remove the paint tray. And if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask them. If I miss them, I'll come back and answer them later. And then, like I said, this is the hydrangea pink that we're using. I'm just gonna put a little bit there. And yep, I think I'm gonna use this dauber. It is a 1 1/4 inch. So the daubers, you're gonna kind of get a good amount on your dauber. You're gonna kind of pounce it around, swirl it, and then on the edge of the plate, you're just gonna kind of smooth it out. I'm not gonna worry too much about painting over on the lines. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this one first. But what you would do, oh, I need that one, is you just grab a Post-it note or a piece of paper. Post-it notes are really great because it can stick down. But that will help you for going over the lines, like if we were going over here. And then we're just going to flounce that. Alright. And then you're kind of going to do just like a little zigzaggy pattern. So we're going to push down, twist, and lift up. So we're doing little V's. This one's going to go over the stripes, so I'm a little more worried about it. One right there. Go right there with one more. one we're going to kind of get an edge of it. So we'll go about right here. And then we're painting this a dark fuchsia pink, so that's why I wasn't too worried about it going over on the edges, because we'll just paint right over that. So here, do one there, and one there. Grab just a little bit more. Okay, so another thing with the daubers, spongers, poncers, whatever, dabbers, whatever the name is. I've seen them named a million different things. I really think it just depends on the manufacturer. I'm just trying to get a little bit of the paint out. Throw that in one of my other jars. Oops, we missed. It does make like a little texture. You can see that, some bubbles. So I just take one of my smaller brushes and get it just a little bit wet. Oops. One of my towels fell. So I just get it a little bit wet, and I just kind of smooth it out just a little bit. You might need to just add just a little bit more paint. All right. I just like the coverage a little bit more by just going back through and doing this. This is not a step that you have to do. If you hit it with a little bit of air, I've noticed it kind of makes the bumps go down a little bit. But I just think it looks a little bit nicer, a little bit smoother. So that's why I just take the time to do a quick, kind of almost second coat to it. Or you could use the dauber again and do that second coat, and that's okay too. But it does really give you a good template for your circles too, so that helps a lot too. I also have been known to just do circles on my own as well, instead of using the dauber. When I first started out, I hated the dauber because of the bumps and stuff like that. But then I learned kind of how to work with it a little bit more, and it gives you more consistency with your circles. So that's why I went back to using it. And it does make you a little bit faster, which when you're painting the way that I do, faster is definitely what your goal is. Hope I'm not missing any of your comments. Okay. Got a little bit extra paint right there from the pencil. Okay. So there is that. Just gonna get this little edge right here. Pink. There we go. All right. Now fuchsia. Throw that in the jar here. So this is fuchsia. There's royal fuchsia too. The royal fuchsia, as you can see, is a lot darker. I like the royal fuchsia, but fuchsia is just my favorite. I tend to use this one a little bit more. So just a little FYI for you guys. And then all of the paints that I'm using besides the whites, white is from Apple Barrel. I usually get a white or black from Apple Barrel. I happen just to have a black Delta for right now. But most of the paints that I use are Delta cream coat, or yeah, ceramic coat paint. I just like the coverage. A lot of their paint you don't need a second coat with. It's kind of one and done type of thing. So here we go with the next coat. Oh my gosh, this phone. Okay. There's got to be a setting that I'm missing somewhere to make the sensitivity on her go down. Because she always likes to listen when, you know, I'm teaching. It's funny though, so the girls, they asked for a Nintendo Switch, so we got them. They asked Santa for a Nintendo Switch. Well, the oldest knows, but the youngest does not. She's 9, so it's fun. It's still fun in the house. But they asked for a Nintendo Switch, and it came with Mario Kart, and it has been so fun, and I felt like a little kid again playing Mario Kart. Did you guys ever play Nintendo and that with your kids? Or as, you know, a young kid as well? It's been really fun. We've had a lot of fun with it. It's kind of like the big family gift, I guess. We played out on New Year's for almost half the night. Played Game of Life too. That was fun. I haven't played Life and I don't even know how long before that, so that was one of the things that they also got for Christmas. We like to do board games and stuff like that with them. Have family nights. Okay, so here's this next line. So you guys, you can either go straight like this, or there's another way that you can go. You're going to load your brush, and you're going to take it with the point straight, and you're just going to run your brush this way. This helps a lot too with keeping it straight. If you're having a struggle with the other way, you'll see me do lines either way. And then another thing that I do is I don't go straight to the edge when I start. If you notice, I kind of go to the corner and then look out. That helps a lot with keeping it smooth and not running your brush over the edge. Oops, I just put my hand right in that paint. Have I heard of elephants upstairs? I can tell that they're playing with the dogs too. When Dad's away and Mom's teaching, they're gonna play. Can't say that I blame them. Okay. So same thing again. I'm just running the brush straight across. And this way as well. Have any of you guys used the templates yet? Have you guys had problems with them? Let me know if you guys are having any problems. Alright, so we're just getting this edge right here, and then we'll smooth it out. Alright. So this last stripe is going to be a little bit more difficult because we've got the leaf and it's more to a point. So if you're in a difficult area with a large brush, another thing to do is just keep pulling out the brush and kind of sweeping it away and not really working on that edge quite yet. That will help you a lot too. or just going down to a smaller brush. But we all know that I hate I hate changing brushes. So if I can, I'll try and get away with it. So a little bit of the polka dots are showing through, which is fine. Fuchsia tends to be one that you do need to do a little bit of spot coverage with. It does really well. However, it will show a little bit of the white or some streak lines. So if you're noticing that when you're painting it, don't worry about it. That second coat will help a lot. Hey Johnny, how are you? Oh, Carol, thank you. Well, I'm glad I inspired. Okay, so this is just a little wet. Oh, Sue, don't worry about it at all, honey. I know you've had a lot on your mind. I hope everything got solved or you've got more answers today. So I'm just taking the heat gun, moving it quite a bit, not letting it be in one spot. And remember, with the heat gun, you always want it to be on the low heat or your paint will bubble. Alright, well this second coat usually always goes a little bit faster because your edges you tend to add a lot to your edges when you paint because you're getting that total coverage. So it's usually your centers that need a little bit more help with extra coverage. I always feel like the second coat just goes a little bit faster. Yes, Miss Johnny, how are you feeling? You got a lot done today. Oh, good. Your phone's been on fire. I bet so. All those places you needed to call. Hopefully you had Bluetooth so you can move around at least, right? Didn't have your hands tied up all day. Oh, good, Johnny. I'm glad you're feeling better. And thank you, Sue. I really wanted something really cute, whimsy, maybe a little girly. But the templates I've been trying to give you guys are kind of more beginner, so that you're not afraid. And they're pretty easy to cut, too. Okay, I'm just smoothing this out just a little bit. Okay, fuchsia is done. I'm going to throw this kind of over by my fan. It has been so cold in this basement. And you guys, I predicted it just right. We had absolutely no snow for Christmas. Oh, but we have loads of it now. Now when I don't want it. And I don't care. Okay, so the next one I'm doing is opaque red. This is a little bit more of a pinky red. It's not like more of a berry. Oh yay, you got your glasses. That's good. Oh, our packages, is that what you're meaning, Sue? Yeah, we finally have gotten all the packages. the package that my mother-in-law got me for Christmas, she ordered before Thanksgiving. It finally showed up today. So that was really the only package that was like the one that we were waiting on. So my sister got hers, I can't remember when, but sometime last week she got hers. Box was beat up a little bit, but not too bad. My box for this one was pretty beat up, but my mother-in-law bought me a purse, and so luckily the purse wasn't damaged, but you know, the box was a little bit, but purses can kind of take a little bit of a beating, so lucky for that. And then, so this one, you guys, were just painting the rose. And this opaque red, it does pretty good, but it can be kind of splotchy. So this is another one that's going to need a second coat. But it's more because you're wanting to handle the splotchiness. The coverage is actually quite well with this red. But really, you guys, any type of red, to be 100% honest with you guys, is going to need a second coat. Reds and pinks usually do. I was thinking too, we could, with the fuchsia, we could add some glitter to it, just to have some more fun. Because you know how I am. Gotta bling it. Gotta make it sparkle. So I'm just getting the edge of this sign here. Okay. Cleaning up my edge there. And let me just hit this one more time with the heat gun. It's almost dry. With having my heater on the table, the paint tends to dry pretty fast. Okay. Oh, that's so nice. White Christmases, I think, are so magical. Brian was teasing me because he's like, you he's like, you want to move from the snow and everything, yet you want snow for Christmas. And I was like, well, yeah, because it's kind of going to be our last, probably our last white Christmas. Because we ain't planning to move once we get to North Carolina. But, anywho, with that being said, I'm like, there's just something more magical about it. Like, I think that the Christmas lights look a little bit more pretty, but then after Christmas, I don't give a crap. It can go away. It can go long, long, far away. Okay. Rose is done, and once again, like I always do, way too much paint. Oopsie. Okay, let me throw that in there. Tracy, I'm glad that you guys had a good Christmas, too. Okay, so like I said before, that red, it's called opaque red. And then we are now going to go with green for the leaves. This is also another one of my favorites. It's called light foliage green. I have to get another paint tray probably. You are so welcome. So, oh, I don't think I was telling you what brush I've been using, have I? I've pretty much stuck with this one the whole time. I bet that was pretty cool. Oh, how awesome. Shorts and tea. Oh, sounds amazing. Sue, you're going to talk this place up enough that I'm going to have to come visit you. You're going to start seeing rando visitors starting to come here soon. Okay, so this light foliage green, once again, this one is a green that will look a little bit funny. Oh, my phone. This green will look a little bit splotchy too, but you get that second coat on and it looks fabulous. Just trying to smooth out this. I got a little bit clumpy line there. All right, we'll smooth that out. So with painting, if you notice with me, I try and get the detailed areas first and then kind of go crazy with the smoothing out and the other area a little bit more. So kind of the same as like when you colored, how you would color the edges real good and then you kind of scribble in the inside. That's kind of the same thing that you're going to be doing with painting. Grab the edge here of this leaf. This green is also a green that doesn't like to be played with a little bit, so you do kind of have to work fast with this color of, or this green, but I just love the color of it. It's my favorite.
I didn't understand that.
This phone, you guys, she drives me nuts. She's so nosy. Okay, I've got to figure out the settings on this. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. Or that could have been me. I don't know. Okay, so here we go again. We're just gonna go straight with this edge. These leaves kind of flare a little bit. I wanted them a little fun and whimsy. Because like I said, I am kind of a natural whimsical. It's kind of how I draw. Anyways, it's kind of my style. But I really wanted this one to be really fun, kind of girly, more cutesy. But I mean, I think this heart would look really cute even like if you did it purple, stuff like that. You guys know I like pink. Pink's one of my faves. Pink and yellow are my two favorite colors. Did I change the days of my lives? Oh, Tracy. Okay. I was like, what? Wait. Sue, I got confused. Alright, so I'm just smoothing this out just a little bit here. Getting this edge. I'm getting better at remembering my edges, knock on wood. Let's see, this is still just a little too tacky. Isn't that green so pretty? I love it. Thank you, Sue. Okay, so heat gun again. And I'll kind of show you how the green looks really splotchy. And you can see little lighter and dark spots. But I promise you, that second coat looks amazing on it. Because I know it's hard to see on camera. But if you can see, can you kind of see those little lighter, darker spots? That's not because it's, you know, wet paint. It really does show up that way. But you get that second coat on, and it just makes it pop. All right. Okay. Next leaf. Okay, green is done, besides the darker green that will do a little bit of detailing, but I'm gonna wait on that just to give this a little bit more time to dry. And we'll go in with making details with the red. So, oh no, Tracy. I'm so sorry. I hope your symptoms are mild though. Hopefully they're mild. I'm praying that they're mild for you. Okay, so this is actually called Deep Sea Coral. It's not a true red, but it really does a cool job of showing up. Yep, like the brush. I'm getting with a 1 liner brush. And what we're doing is we're just doing the center of this rose. So we're just kind of making a swirl. Doesn't have to be perfect, because no flower is perfect. It's beautiful, but no two flowers are the same. All right. So this is just giving a little more detail, a little more dimension to our rose, kind of making it look a little fun. Same with a little bit of the lighter shade that we did with the pink. Same thing as going with the rose. I know, we'll be praying for you, Tracy. Just a bad cold, but your husband's not to have it. How were their symptoms? Were theirs pretty mild too? How have they been faring? Okay, rose is done. I'll kind of bring it up to the lights, or up towards the camera more so you can see. So you can see how it kind of just gives that extra little oomph. And it's not really shading, it's just adding different colors to pull that dimension. So if you're afraid of the shading, this is a different way that you can do that and give dimension without doing the shading. So I really wanted to show that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the green. This is, so the lighter green was light foliage green, and this is medium foliage green. So you can see that definitely there's a difference, but it's in that same color palette, so it really does help. And I'm actually going to go just a little bit lower on the liners. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to use a 3/0 liner brush. Sorry, my point has gotten a little messed up, so I'm trying to get the point back. Alright, this brush does not want to point. Maybe we're not going to use this one. The point's gotten a little messed up. Yeah, I'm going to have to reshape that one. Sorry, guys. I'm going to do a 10/0 spotter brush. So it's a little bit smaller, but it will work. Okay. So I'm just kind of going to add a little bit, kind of almost like a vine to it. Add a little of my zigzags or my swiggies, whatever we want to call them. And if you're just using a little bit, just use your lid, and then you're not having to worry about cleaning up more paint or anything like that. The lid is awesome. Awesome thing to use. So we're just giving it a little bit of outlining, just to, like I said, give it some dimension. That is done. Oh, that's probably what he did, where he got it, I bet. I'm sorry that sucks, but I'm glad that you guys are doing good, all things considered. I mean, being sick just sucks, but it could be worse. Let me grab a new tray. We're going to use black, and like I said, the white's done already, so we're almost there. I think I'm going to go down to just a little bit smaller of a brush. So I'm going to use a 1/4 angle. I'm just going to hit this first little square right here next to the leaf with black. And then I'll come back through and do the edges once I'm done. So we're, like I said, we're kind of doing squares slash little stripes right here. And I'm not too worried because I'm going to do an outline around the heart. So if we get a little bit off with the painting, that outline will make everything look perfect and hide all of our little boo-boos. Gotta love our outline lines. They're amazing at hiding those things. Yes, we will be praying for you for sure, Tracy. I can't wait till this COVID stuff ends. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am more than happy to pray, but it just seems like that prayer list just keeps going and going, doesn't it, some days? Guess that's one thing I have to say I'm grateful for, is it's kept me on my knees a little bit longer. Last year sure did. Thank you, Sue. I'm glad you're loving it. I wanted to give something, you know, like I said, that was kind of girly and fun. but definitely something that would have a lot of pop to it. Alright, so we got one more stripe, looks like, and we are done. Besides, I gotta do the edges real quick. Don't let me forget those dang edges. He hasn't killed any of you guys yet. That's funny. I bet your husband and my husband would get along because they sound like they are definitely jokesters. You have osteostasis? No, oh, shoot. Yeah, they say that's pretty much that telltale sign. Okay. I'm just going to lift this up real quick. If you guys can see, I'm just getting these edges real quick. So my brush is pretty loaded. I know. I don't know why she triggers so easily. Stinking phone. Okay. So getting this edge right here. Guys, it was so nice. Hubby had the weekend off this last week. Felt so nice at being able to have him, and he took the week off from college too. So he is going to get his master's right now, and so he's at work or doing Westminster College. So it's kind of work at your own pace, and so he took the weekend off, and it was so fun. Boy, does that make it pop, right? I love it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, now we're going to do the lining, and that's really going to make it pop. All right. So, there we go. So I got my 10/0 spotter brush again. Thank you, Tracy. You're so sweet. You guys are so sweet to me. Okay. So with this, we're going to just go around the edges, kind of clean them up a little bit, like I said, but really work on making it pop and have some fun. Cleaning up our edges is kind of almost, or basically doing the outlining, it's kind of like adding the lines back onto your coloring book. It's kind of the best way that I can explain it. And it also helps when you go over the lines just a little bit, it hides it. And if your hand is not, if you don't feel like your hand is steady enough, you can always use a paint pen. The paint pens that I like are the Posca paint pens, just FYI. But those definitely make it easy too. I don't mind using the paint pens, but I do prefer using the paint. I just feel like now I have a little bit more control of whether I want the line a little bit thinner, if I want it thicker in a certain spot. So that's why I like to use the brush now. But the pins do sometimes make it a lot faster too. So just FYI. I'm just going to clean up around this leaf real quick. And I'm going to clean up a couple of these little stripes. It didn't get such a straight edge from me. There we go. Okay. Now, look at this leaf. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to go inside. Make sure. You're good. Okay, so my brush is getting a little bit clumped up. So I'm getting a little bit thicker of a line than what I'm wanting. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it. Okay. Grab that again. So we're getting a little bit of drag just because, like I said, those polka dots, because we use the dauber, they do have a little bit of a texture to them. So that's what we're picking up with the brush. You would pick it up the same with the paint pen as well. And what I would suggest doing if you're with the paint pen, because it may make you push down, is just go really light over it. And that may help a lot. Okay. Oh no. I'm sorry, Sue. I hate internet problems. It's the worst. I'm going to just add a little bit of water to my black paint. It's just being a little bit more clumpy and a little bit thicker than what I'm wanting. So this is just going to make it a little bit smoother, more watered down, and not as thick. That is one of the problems with having the thicker, nicer paint, is you do need to water it down. But even with apple barrel, I will water apple barrels down too. And I think apple barrels can be super thin at times. Much better. We're getting less drag. Okay. So I'm just getting this brush loaded. There we go. Okay. Last leaf here. See how doing that outlining really just makes that piece pop? Outlining and highlighting are some of my very favorite things to do with my projects. It kind of turns an average project into something that looks freaking awesome, I feel like. So, look at that. And I just use my paint lid here for the white. And this is called highlighting. So all we're doing is almost like barely touching with our brush. And all this is doing is just giving a little bit of some boldness. So the rose, like I said, I'm not touching in all the spots. I'm just kind of letting my brush barely touch. And that really kind of helps with giving that effect that we're wanting. Go right here, do our little zigzag. Like so. And I think I might just add a little highlight here. Just to kind of make it look a little more dimensional. All right. So there that is. Love it. Oh, good. I'm so glad you guys do. Okay, let me grab my glitter. So I know this looks super bright, but when we put it on this fuchsia, it makes it pop really pretty. Let me grab one of my papers. Get the black out of the way. Turn off the fan so we don't get glitter in the face, because that's no fun. And then I like the little bottles of Mod Podge just because it helps me be a little more controlled. Gonna grab just a cheap brush. Don't use your expensive ones, because adding glue to your brushes, it does destroy them. So you can definitely use an old brush that's been destroyed. Don't use a new one. I might have gotten myself a little too much here. Okay, I'm just going to throw this glitter on there. Okay. Can you hear the girls upstairs playing? Oh, thank you, Trish. I love that. Thank you. Okay. And I definitely got too much Mod, so let me open this up. normally I just use the lid, but because I knew we were doing such big stripes, that's why I put it on there. All right, no problem. Let me throw a little bit of glitter here. Okay, throw that brush in an already used jar. Ooh, look how pretty. Ooh, I love that. And then this is pretty light glitter, but if you had a thicker, yes, you do want to hold your breath when you've got that much glitter going. And I have a heavy hand, so it doesn't help. So what I do is I'll just take my stylus a little bit and kind of take where I know my little white lines are, the highlights, or the black lines, if they're showing. And I'll just take my stylus and kind of almost scratch it off the glitter a little bit. And it just makes the white pop through just a little bit more. You could try and just avoid it, but I think this is easier. Yes, Trish, how are you doing? Are you going to the retreat? So there we go. There's that. Let me give you the other view. Let me flip you. So there it is. I love how it turned out. It's really picking up the iridescent right now. It's not as shimmery. You can kind of see it there. I think it's the lighting that's pulling the orange when I do it that way, but you can see. Isn't that cute? I'm so excited. Thank you. Oh, Trish, I'm so glad you're doing good. So like I said, the template, the link for the template for this exact same sign is listed up above in the same video comments. Or if you guys get it lost, just let me know and I can always send you out a message. Absolutely. I love sharing. No problem. Love it. Oh, good. Thank you, Linda. So let me know, you guys. There we go. Now I can talk. If this new time is doing better for you, the 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. If it's not, we can adjust again. If we need to go a little bit later or earlier, you let me know. I'm here to help. I just have Mondays pretty much blocked out as teaching nights. So I love to teach. If you guys have questions about painting, glitter, products, any of that, you guys let me know, okay? Okay, Sue. I understand. How big is it? How big is the heart shape? I will show you. I usually keep them about 12 inches widthwise or height-wise. I try not to mess with the glitter on top. So it is, I would say at the toppest point, it's 11 inches. If you guys can see that. So this is at the top, and then with the stem of the leaf, about 11 inches. And then widthwise, let's see, it is 8.5. So if you can see. So I try and keep mine about the exact same. Can you see my bike sign? Oh yeah. I try and keep these about the size of a sheet of paper. So you can see, like, sheet of paper, right? It fits on a sheet of paper. Like, and this is a standard sheet of paper. I sketched on a little bit larger of a sheet of paper. So Oh, you're not going either? Shoot. Well, you guys will be missed. Let me show you my bike sign. And Johnny, I got the skunk done just for you as well. This is the bike sign. I just finished it. It's not listed, but it will be. So there's that one. Or did you want to see the spring one? The toe one? This is the spring one. So Valentine's and then the spring one. So they're kind of similar. Kind of go off of the same template and then just tweak it. Yep, resize. Yep. I mean, I can make them bigger if you want the door hanger size. So there's the skunk. Johnny was asking me to make a skunk. If you want them bigger, I can. Door hanger size typically is around anywhere to 18 to 24. I try and keep mine about 18 inches though, just for shipping reasons. Thank you. And then that one's also, if you guys saw that one. I know you can kind of see that one. These three have not been listed. I just got them done today. Oh, and I'm almost done with my truck. I gotta add some glitter to it. Thanks, Kathy. You're so fine. Thank you, Trish. I appreciate it. I've been painting like a mad woman. I've been trying to get Valentine's caught up because I feel like I'm behind. But all of my Valentines, I think, will be done by probably Wednesday at the latest. Everything will be listed and done. Then I'll be going on to Mardi Gras and St. Patty's. Rachel, will you make one for me for twins? Oh, the baby signs, yes, I have that listed. Just send me a message, Nancy, if you're needing it, like ASAP, and I can get something drawn up. Thank you, Sue. You guys are so sweet to me. I love you guys. Ah. And I did good on time. Look how good I was. Yay! I just gotta remember I can't do freaking check with you guys because tape doesn't want to dry. Tape does not want to work well. Alright guys, any more comments come in, let me know. Nancy, just send me a message and let me know for sure. My shirt looks good. Yeah, did you see it? I added the paintbrush. So you guys, I did this in Cricut class. So okay, no rush. I did this in the Cricut class for you guys of how to layer different types of vinyl. So yeah, I had to do this one. So it says, I don't know if you guys can catch it. It says paint, but first caffeine, because I have to have the caffeine. I'm addicted. All right, guys. Have a good night. I will see you later. Love you all.